Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Get Political. I'm your host Logan Zimmerman, and on today's show we are going to be reacting to some comments that Mast made about the situation in Gaza and the whole war that is happening over there right now. So without further ado, I'm going to play this clip for you guys. I'm going to give you my reaction as we go along, and yeah, without further ado, let me quit ranting and raving and let's dive into it.
It'd be better if we kill all the terrorists and kill every one of their supporters.
It's not a solution.
Oh, it's a great solution.
You haven't seen the pictures of all the babies being killed?
These are not innocent Palestinian civilians across.
I just want to say this. What about the innocent Israeli children that were killed? What about them? What about the innocent Israeli civilians that died in the October 7th attack from Hamas, that were beheaded, by the way, which then they said it didn't happen. The left in America said there was no beheadings. It was all fake news. Even the president of the United States, Joe Biden, came out and said he would have never thought to have seen the day where terrorists beheaded civilians. So, what about those children? I hate how people use their emotions to justify their argument. Well, what about the innocent children dying in Gaza? Don't get me wrong, it's terrible that children have to die in any conflict, in any war, but why is Israel in Gaza in the first place? Do you think Israel just woke up one morning and went into Gaza and said, you know what, you were just going to invade in Gaza for the hell of it? No, they were attacked. There was a justification for why Israel went into Gaza. But anyway, let's keep going.
Across the world. When you're looking at the 500,000 people starving to death, are people that should go out there and put a government in place that doesn't go out there and attack Israel.
Facts. The people in Gaza need to understand that the terroristic government is not for them. They have been indoctrinated by Hamas to believe that Hamas is somehow freedom fighters, that somehow the attacks on October 7th are justified, the innocent murders of civilians in Israel from Hamas is somehow a justifiable cause. That's the issue, is that people in Gaza need to get rid of Hamas. They need to get rid of the Hamas government. They need to make sure Hamas no longer exists. But the issue with that is that these people are so indoctrinated that you literally have to do what we did with the Germans in the 1940s after they lost World War II, where we had to basically retrain their civilian population to be denazified. That's what Israel has to do in the Gaza Strip. That's what Israel has to do. Why do you think Israel is going into Gaza full force? Why? Because they have to literally denazify the Gazian people who support the Hamas government. That's what they have to do. And it just amazes me that people in Gaza fail to see their own hatred. They fail to see it. But anyway, let's keep going.
Kids or 7-year-olds?
7-year-olds, 9-year-olds.
They destroyed more infrastructure in Gaza than they did in Dresden. So that is like government
And there's
bombing.
more infrastructure that
They
needs to be
destroyed
destroyed.
more of Gaza than what happened in Dresden.
Did you not hear? There's more that needs to be destroyed. And there will be more that gets destroyed.
You want to see them starve to death?
He's not wrong about that either. The reason why there is so much infrastructure destroyed in Gaza is because Hamas likes to set up their headquarters in civilian-run centers, hospitals, schools, mosques, you name it. So obviously, if you know of intel information that there's a possible Hamas headquarters underneath a school, I just don't understand the concept here of these people. You obviously have to do what's best interest for your country's security. Obviously, civilians dying is not justifiable. Don't get me wrong, no civilians should die, but name a war where a civilian hasn't died. Name a war that civilians wasn't killed. Name it. Oh, wait, you can't? Oh, yeah, that's right, because it doesn't exist. And also, another thing that these people fail to understand is something so simple to the brain. There's about 2 million people that live in the Gaza Strip in itself. That little tiny sliver of land is somehow full of 2 million people. 2 million people. And they think to themselves that Israel should not be able to not kill a citizen by accident or mistake. When you have 2 million people in a sliver of land that is so tiny and so congested as is, it's just like what? Israel is not going to make mistakes. Like these people don't understand the concept of reality, okay? They go by with what their feelings are, or what they see on an Instagram video. Oh, these poor Gazan citizens, they're just suffering. They're in pain. They're in agony. Well, what caused Israel to go into Gaza in the first place? Oh, that's right. They were attacked by Hamas, right? They were attacked by Hamas. So, I mean, it just amazes me that these people just fail to understand that concept, and they use their emotions to justify their arguments. And you can't do that, because once you do that, you get into the slip, or you get into the dangerous fold of literally believing anything that your heart tells you. And, you know, as sad as that is, a lot of these people have been indoctrinated that way. But anyway, let's keep going.
UNRWA is what's keeping that alive.
I do want to make sure that we don't give $1, 1 penny to UNRWA, and that it actually be totally abolished.
Why?
Because
they were set up in 1948 to serve the refugees of Palestine. That's what they were created for. The UN created it because they were displaced from where they lived.
and the United Nations was moronic for creating UNRWA.
You are heartless.
You can say
Do you
that.
realize how heartless you are? These children are being slaughtered, and now you want to take away the last bit of food and water and supplies. And
The children in Israel are being slaughtered. And, you know, this is what I'm talking about. This is literally just, this whole thing just proved my point. She is using her emotions to justify her argument. I think her argument, 90% of it was the children being killed. Don't get me wrong. Terrible, terrible thing that children die. Terrible thing. Terrible thing that children lose their lives in war. Terrible. It's terrible when an innocent civilian that has nothing to do with the conflict dies because of the stupid government that's in place. Terrible. But the issue is that they are forgetting the main reason that Israel is in Gaza in the first place. They're forgetting that. They're forgetting that Hamas put their civilians in harm's way. They purposely did that. They're terrorists. They are causing their own people suffering and trying to blame Israel for it. Just as is what happened in the 1940s. You have to denazify the people in Gaza. You have to literally re-educate them not to hate the Jewish people because of what their government told them. And it just, anyway, it never ceases to amaze me. And the issue is, don't use your emotions to justify your arguments. Go from the facts. Don't just see a video online and think that's enough to give you credit for your argument. I digress. There's just so much to talk about this topic, and it infuriates me how not all Democrats are like this, by the way. I just want to say that for the record. There are Democrats who support Israel and who can see through this BS. They could see through it. But it amazes me how really the majority of Democrats on Capitol Hill are so indoctrinated in supporting literally a terrorist organization like Hamas, and trying to say that Hamas's actions and them defending themselves are somehow justifiable after they attacked Israel first. That never ceases to amaze me, that these people are now going as far as to literally support terrorists. They're supporting terrorists. And Iran just loves it. Iran cannot get enough of it. I wouldn't be surprised if Iran was giving some backdoor money to some of these Democrats. But anyway, that is a topic for another time. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. I know this is going to be a heated discussion, as always. But let me know what you think. Which side do you stand on? What is the justifications? What are your reasons for supporting the side you support? And as always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And make sure you get the word out there about this channel. It helps us grow. And as always, I think that will cover it for me. As always, we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.